Namaste, and welcome. And so, what I was saying before I put the tape on was that I just came back from a clergy conference in Baltimore, and it's a World Alliance of Interfaith Clergy, and it was a beautiful get-together and a beautiful, inspiring weekend. And we had this blessing of a woman by the name of Leah Norris, who played a few songs, just a few songs for us, one of the nights. I believe it was Saturday night, and I was just blown away. I was blown away by her, and I was blown away by her power, her charisma, her inspiration, and two songs in particular that just were so right on for me and for several other people who were attending the conference. And the first song is called Every Day. And so I love the song so much, I thought it would be a great opening for our sacred celebration, and also to talk about this tonight's theme, which is Shift Happens. And a little play on words there. But, you know, that we have the opportunity and the ability to shift our consciousness, to shift our awareness. And this opening song, Every Day, really speaks to that. Because I think that sometimes we like put all of our eggs in the basket of tomorrow. Like, I can't wait for Saturday to come, or I can't wait for my birthday, or I can't wait for a holiday, or I can't wait until the kids come, or I can't wait until I go back to school, or I can't wait until I leave school, or I can't wait for, it's that futuristic, like Eckhart Tolle talks about, that futuristic thinking of when this happens, if only that happens, then I'll be happy. And in terms of the day, this song is all about that. It's about every day is a great day to feel fine. And so I put a little, it's not a PowerPoint, it is a PowerPoint technically, but it's sort of like a sing along with Mitch kind of thing. And because the words are so powerful, they're so powerful. And so I'm going to, I'm actually going to zero in the video so that Leah can see it, but I'm gonna and all of the other viewers who might be interested, I'm just gonna let's see, I don't know how that's going to look, but we'll do the best we can with it.
Could you pass some eggs? Pass the eggs.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely an egg song. Yeah.
We need one for each of our wrap.
And I have a couple of surprises in here too. So, well, in the presentation. And you'll get you'll kind of get the hang of the melody, so you'll be able to sing along. So thank you to Leah for such beautiful, beautiful inspiration. And, you know, it really went in line with a lot of stuff that we've been reading in the Eckhart Tolle and New Earth book. And, you know, our group is up, well, our group finished, and we had the last chapter. And the chapter was chapter 10 on acceptance. Well, it was actually on a New Earth, but what I want to talk about, and I have to move the video now back because I zeroed it in on the TV. I'll edit all of that out. But, so, somebody is here. Namaste. Namaste, come on in. We could definitely do that song for you later that you missed. But the last chapter talked about acceptance, enjoyment, and enthusiasm, and it was making me think about a conversation that my friend Kate and I were having at the conference, actually, and it was about purpose. It was about our purpose. Namaste. And I was sharing this with Durga Devi this morning, that, you know, sometimes I feel, and this is just feelings, and feelings aren't facts, you know, that like I'm not fulfilling my purpose or something, or that you know, I teach criminal justice, I teach sociology and social work, and you know, retired lieutenant, so I had 20 years doing that, and now I do this, and I do this on the weekends. You know, I do this Friday night and Saturday, and sometimes Sunday mornings. And I sing with you all, but sometimes I feel like, am I missing something? Am I not being fulfilled? And again, it's this chasing after something or reaching for something. That's futuristic thinking. And, you know, Kate and I were having this conversation about it, and she was also, you know, we were kind of like bouncing stuff off of each other, and thinking like, so how does, like, let's say, for example, Deepak or Eckhart Tolle, you know, live their dream? How does somebody like that fulfill their purpose? And why am I not fulfilling my purpose? You know, and it's like, I teach online, I teach on ground, I teach these subjects, criminal justice and social work and sociology, and I'm really good at it, and I'm, you know, and it's my subject matter. I'm you know, subject matter expert, let's say. And I am doing what my degree is in, so it is fulfilling. But the chapter that Eckhart Tolle, that we were reading about in A New Earth, he talked about whatever you cannot enjoy doing, you can at least accept that this is what you have to do, he says. So, I mean, that's easy. I can swallow that one. It's like, okay, well, I have no other options, you know, gotta pay the bills kind of thing, you know, gotta go to work because there's bills to pay, fine. And there are so many other people, I feel so blessed, because there are so many people who are doing, you know, menial labor, migrant workers, people who are transient and don't even have a stable environment because they have to go where the work is. And then there are so many people who are unemployed, you know. And so is totally talking about accept what you have because you should be grateful for it. I mean, I think that that's true. Yeah, you should. But I think he goes on to say something else that really hits me, and it's really, really powerful. He says, on the surface, acceptance looks like a passive state, but in reality, it is active and creative because it brings something entirely new into this world. That peace, that subtle energy vibration, is consciousness. And one of the ways in which it enters this world is through surrendered action, one aspect of which is acceptance. So he goes on to like talk a little bit about whatever the situation is that you're involved in, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that the universe has provided you with, requires me to do it willingly. So I want to give an example, and I did talk about this the other night in the group, that I had this faculty meeting that I had to go to on Friday, and I was like really, at first, kind of like annoyed because it was my day off. And having read this, I was like, well, maybe I need to be in acceptance about it first. And so I was in acceptance about it, I was in gratitude about it, I was in gratitude that this job that I have provides me with all that I need, and it's good work. It really is. It is really good work. So I was in acceptance about it. But then the second thing that Eckhart Tolle is talking about here is enjoyment. So he says the peace that comes with surrendered action turns to a sense of aliveness when you actually enjoy what you're doing. Enjoyment is the second modality of awakened doing. On the new earth, this new earth that we're creating, enjoyment will replace wanting as the motivating power behind people's actions. When you make the present moment instead of past and future the focal point of your life, your ability to enjoy what you do, and with it the quality of your life, increases dramatically. And joy is the dynamic aspect of being. So acceptance was the first part, and so I was in acceptance Friday morning, having to get up early. And guess where the meeting was? John U. Lloyd State Park, at the Oceanographic Center, on the 5th floor, in a boardroom that overlooked the ocean and the intercoastal. And when I walked off the elevator, I was just like, wow. You know, and the purpose of the meeting was to brainstorm about the program, about our criminal justice program. And so thinking about what Eckhart Tolle had said about enjoyment, was like, so what if I approach this in a way of like, it's my day off, and how lucky am I that I get to go enjoy this, that I get to go see this, that I get to go be a part of it, that somebody thinks enough of me and asks me to be a part of something, to give my input, that my suggestions matter. And you know, I walked in and I was late, which is, you know, a defect of mine, but I was late. I thought John U. Lloyd State Park was in a different place, and I overshot it, way overshot it. And so I was late for the meeting. When I walked in, though, they had been eating breakfast, and it was like 15 faculty members and 15 administrators sitting around this big, beautiful boardroom table. And when I walked in, I was just still so much in awe of, like, where am I? Like, oh my God, like I even almost forgot, like, why am I here, kind of thing. And the dean, the director of the program, said, oh, Grace, thank you so much for, you know, joining us. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm late. I didn't even read the directions in the email that, you know, I just thought I knew where it was. See, I know itis, I suffer from that. And she said, oh, Grace, we did introductions already, so I'm going to ask everybody to go around and introduce themselves to you. And each person said, and the only seat was at the head of the table next to the dean. So I mean, I didn't want to sit there, but she said, sit here, so I sat there. And then each person went around the table and was like, hi, Grace, it's so nice to meet you. My name is so-and-so, and, you know, I'm a faculty member, I'm an administrator, I'm this, I'm that, and we're so happy that you're here. And each person did that. And it almost felt like, this is all about me. And the third part of what Eckhart Tolle says is enthusiasm. So acceptance of the now, but more importantly, he's kind of talking about what you do. What you do, not who you are, but what you do. So accept what it is that you do. Enjoy what you do. In every moment of what it is that you're doing. In every intricate now moment of what you're doing. Whatever it is. Opening an email, speaking to a student, driving to Miami, standing in front of the classroom, whatever it is. That's your now moment. You're the star of that show, of your beingness, of your who-ness, of your I amness. And so then the third part he says is enthusiasm. So acceptance and enjoyment, and like I was gonna say, like, and worse than that is enthusiasm about it. So acceptance keeps us in the now of what we are doing. The awakened doing, he says, to be aware of the doing. And then he talks about the enjoyment piece. And when you make the present moment instead of past and future the focal point, then your ability to enjoy what you do increases dramatically. You don't have to wait for something meaningful to come into your life so that you can finally enjoy what you do. I'm going to say that again. You don't have to wait for something meaningful to come into your life so that you can finally enjoy what you do. Because that tomorrow will never come unless you begin enjoying what you are doing now. When you say, I enjoy doing this or that, it's really a misperception. It makes it appear that the joy comes from what you do, but that's not the case. Joy does not come from what you do. It flows into what you do, and thus into this world from deep within you. He says the misperception that joy comes from what you do is normal, but it's dangerous because it creates the belief that joy is something that can be derived from something else. Because the joy is you. The joy isn't the thing. The joy is you. So then he talks about enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means that there is deep enjoyment in what you do, plus an added element of a goal or a vision that you work toward. Now this kind of confused me a little bit, because then I thought, well, what's the goal? Is the goal for me to be the dean? Is the goal for me to be, what is the goal for me to do? But then he goes on to really talk about the deep inner purpose, our inner purpose. And what I know from the teachings of Swami Jyotirmayananda, Swamiji, and a lot of our what our belief system is, what my belief system is that the true nature of I am, the true I am, and the true purpose of why I'm here is to love, serve, and remember. Really, there is no other purpose. And in every moment, even when I'm annoyed, even when I'm irritable, even when I shouldn't be acting that way, you know. And it's okay, because we're human, and we talked about this last night too. Awareness is the key. You know, awareness is the key. So when I catch myself getting irritated, or being annoyed, or being disappointed, or being upset, or being attached to some type of a outward manifestation of an outcome, I have to like kind of catch myself and go, all right, primary purpose, inner purpose. What's the true purpose? And it is to love, serve, and remember. And when I say love, serve, and remember, I mean, you know, to love each other, to recognize that there's no separateness between us, that we are one. And so love is the most important thing, the heart chakra, that openness of our hearts, the love, the kindness, the compassion, and serving others. And remembering what? Remembering who I really am. So he says here, to sum it up, enjoyment of what you are doing, combined with the vision that you work toward, becomes enthusiasm. Make sure your vision or goal is not an inflated image of yourself, though, which is a concealed form of ego, such as wanting to become a movie star. You know, so when I think about my fulfillment, I say, oh, maybe I'd like to take my, you know, when the CD comes out, I'll take my show on the road. And is that the purpose? Is that the goal? No, I'm missing the point then. I'm totally missing the point. That's not to say that we might not take it on the road. But the primary purpose is to love and serve. And there's the joy, and there's the enthusiasm. And so, I thought I'd open it up if anybody had any comments about that. And does that make sense? Anything I said makes sense?
No, it all makes sense.
Oh, it does? Oh, good.
But I think that's just your, you know, if people have sort of a presence, and, you know, you either think your glass is half full or you think it's half empty. And if we go in and approaching our life like it's half full, then we're going to be fulfilling and enjoy and you know, give back and that whole big picture, as opposed to worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow. And it's very hard to stay in that day moment kind of thing. But I think that's where you have to, if you have that, you know, oh yeah, okay, this is good, and, you know, as opposed to, oh no, I have to do that. And I think that's just sort of a part of who you are.
Yes. Yeah, and thank you for saying that, because that reminded me of so the bottom line of all of this is that that's when shift happens. Shift happens when I stop thinking of, well, you know, what I'm doing is meaningless, or I wish I was doing something else. The shift happens when I go, oh, I accept where the universe has placed me in this moment now, in this moment in time now, doing this work, that it doesn't even really matter what the work is. Like, that's the point. It's like it doesn't even matter what the work is. Whether I'm singing, whether I'm teaching, whether I'm working and you know, at Walmart. It doesn't, the work is irrelevant. It's the being of me. The being of me. The love and light shining from me in all things, in all ways. And then that's when the shift happens. And that's what happened on Friday to me. It was like, shift happened because I was able to shift what I had gone in thinking. I shift my consciousness. I shifted my awareness. And then it was just like, oh my gosh, I totally see why I'm there and the purpose of it. Did you want to add anything?
Sure, I love it. I mean, I love that, the awareness that joy is the essence of our being. You know, that's the essence of our being. And the being is, you know, where we tap into presence. You know, it's where we tap into source. It's where we tap into our higher natures. And so when we infuse our being, and our being is connected and joined with presence and source energy, then that's our purpose, to just be that joy. And then whatever we do is infused with that divine light. And I think he really explains that so beautifully, and you've just, you know, highlighted those really well.
You know, he also says this, and I just would like to read a couple of lines. Instead of seeing yourself as a famous actor and writer, see yourself inspiring countless people with your work and enriching their lives. Feel how this activity enriches or deepens not only your life, but that of countless others. That's what I feel here. That's what I feel when I'm here. It's like I'm enriching my life by doing what I'm doing, you know? it deepens not only your life but that of countless others. I mean, I hope it does, but I know it definitely enriches mine. Feel yourself being an opening through which energy flows from the unmanifested source of all life through you for the benefit of all, which is Reiki. That's Reiki. And then he says, all this implies that your goal or vision is then already a reality within you on the level of mind and feeling. It's already happening. It's already there. It's already unfolding. Any other comments?
Yeah.
Well, then,
2 cents worth?
please.
When you spoke at church, when you say that, that's because that stayed with me so much, that the ark, it goes before us, and then we show up. So it is our intention, it is our joy, it is our love. That goes way out there before us, and then we kind of walk into it, and there it is. And that stuck with me from what you said.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. It's almost like we're setting the intention. I mean, that's, I think, what he's talking about in terms of the vision and the goal. It's the setting of the intention that this is my primary purpose. And my primary purpose isn't to pay the bills. That's not my primary purpose. It's not mine. It can't be. Because if it is, if that becomes my primary purpose, that's where the stress, that's where the anxiety, that's where the doubt, that's where the worry comes from, the fear comes from, this getting sick comes from, the feeling overwhelmed comes from, I've got too much to do comes from. So here's we can do this as a meditation too. But this is another song by Leah. Leah Norris, I was saying, I met at the clergy conference that I went to in Baltimore, and she is an amazing artist, an amazing singer-songwriter, musician, and we did the first song was called Every Day, and I'll do it again for you. And this one is really sums up everything that I've been saying. So I'm actually videotaping this for Leah so that she could see it, and I'm gonna zero in close again on.
That's a great image.
And I don't know if she's gonna be able to see this or not, but we'll do the best we can. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. The Akashic record.
So this is definitely, Leah has put to music what I just now was talking about.
What do you love? Who do you need? Do they make you bow down just to get a peek? Where have you been? And who will you be? Do you believe that you can find your answers somewhere that's just out of reach? Or do you believe that you were born to be amazing? Don't you get tired of being knocked down? Tired of striving towards a purpose when nobody seems to come around? Well, I know a place, it's not very far, and there you're the only